Appreciate it. I like a little energy when I come to the mic. So if y'all can repeat after me, I appreciate it. And let's shout. I heard the store owner. Y'all cool with the store owner right here?
Yeah.
Okay. He was telling me to come on in here from another sister, but I told him I was going to come up and speak, so I'm not sure what he wants. So we're going to say it loud, right, for everybody to hear. Repeat after me. Say, save.
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 Ourselves. Save.
Save.
Ourselves. Last time. Save.
Save.
Ourselves. My organization is called Save Ourselves, SOS. I don't usually do a lot of talking about what I've done or what I do. That's not my style. But for the sake of me coming here to Rome, since I'm from Atlanta, let me just lay out 1 second real quick who you guys have before you. I'm all for fighting for our people. I've got a 20-year-old son and an 8-year-old son. Has anybody ever heard of, before I get into my speech, I'm going to give y'all a little background. Has anybody ever heard of Reverend Al Sharpton? Heard of Reverend Al Sharpton? Some like him, some don't, right? He's out there fighting for our people. You got to give him credit on that. Well, I'm the founder of Reverend Al Sharpton's National Action Network Southeast Regional Headquarters down in Atlanta in the year 2006. But over a year ago now is when I formed my own organization called SOS, Save Ourselves. Has anybody ever heard of Kendrick Johnson? Have you heard that name before? Let me give you a little more depth. Kendrick Johnson is the 17-year-old from Valdosta, Georgia that was found dead inside of a wrestling mat in the gymnasium. Has anybody here in Rome heard about that?
Yeah.
I'm the spokesperson for the Johnson family. Shortly a while ago on the news, you had a young baby, 18 months old, by the name of Boomcom Bonsavan, aka Baby Boo Boo. Where in Habersham County, they served a no-knock warrant and tossed the explosive device into the baby's crib and it blew the baby's face off. Has anybody heard of that? I'm the spokesperson for that family. The reason I'm telling you who I represent is because I want you to understand taking this trip up here to Rome for this grand opening was special to me because the sister said there was some things going on in the community and she wanted to try to spark a change in the community. When I got up here, I met her husband who just touched the mic. Y'all very familiar with the brother, but he seems to be very sincere about changing the community. Somebody say, save ourselves. To the young brothers and sisters that's walking around. And I'm not talking about our babies. Well, even though I'm getting a little older, I forget sometimes that I got a 20-year-old. But does everybody know that the system is set up to put 1 out of 3 in jail? I'm going to say that one more time. The system is set up to put 1 out of every 3 young black males in jail. Was there anybody that did not know that? And did not know that? Well, here's the problem with putting 1 out of every 3 in jail. Right now, we are so disconnected as a community. I don't mind if I'm going to talk about it, because ain't no way that I fight against the system like I do, but not take the time to talk about what's going on right here in our communities. See, this community right here in Rome is just like in South Atlanta. It's just like it is on the south side of Chicago. It's just like it is out in the West Coast. We bucking each other down and having arguments and confrontations with each other over nothing. There's a t-shirt that's hanging in that salon. Did anybody know the young brother, I think 2 weeks ago, that said was just gun down around the corner? Oh, y'all got to talk to me now. I mean, did anybody know the young brother that was just bucked down by another young brother right around the corner? If you're tired of that, say no more. No more. See, listen, let me say this here. Hey, some might get mad with me by the time I leave this mic. I'm known for pissing a couple of people off. But the foolishness in our hood got to stop. Now, I ain't sitting here on no soapbox looking down at y'all trying to act like I'm any better than y'all. But you know what? When I became a father of a 20-year-old and an 8-year-old, and I became a husband, and I became a community leader, some of the foolishness and the bull crap had to stop. It's time for us, young soldiers, like my man in the white t-shirt, my man right here in the hat, my man sitting right here in front of me, It's time for us to take back our community. Say save. Ourselves. You got a police department that is looking to lock you up for any given reason. You got a courtroom that when you get inside of that courtroom is looking to not just slam that gavel on his desk but slam it across your head. You got correctional officers inside of the facilities that are restricting you from seeing your families, that are restricting you from adequate care when you're inside of the jail. See, some of y'all think just because you go into prison they can treat you any kind of way that they're supposed to. They got rules and regulations that they have to fight or that they have to follow too. But when they see us, like when you got community events out here right now, you ain't got the parking lot full because don't nobody really care when we planning something for ourselves. But let somebody like let's just say Tom Joyner, or let's just even use Reverend Sharpton, or let's use some other famous celebrity. Let you hear that they coming, everybody go run and they sit there and they sit up under them and they sit and listen. As if a celebrity means any more than a person that's considered normal. Somebody say save. Ourselves. Listen, I didn't come here to sugarcoat nothing. I didn't come here to sugarcoat nothing. Sometimes it makes me upset. Right now, like we got people down there on the left and the right. Everybody should be crowded right here. Not just because I'm speaking, but because of the people that put this function on, cared enough to throw a jump house in the parking lot, cared enough to throw a grill right there on the corner, cared enough to set up some loudspeakers in the microphone so you can get a break in your daily routine. Y'all should give them a round of applause before I keep going for setting this thing up today. Hey, listen, I take this thing so serious. I walk around sometimes and don't even have a smile on my face because if I'm not in the courtroom trying to help out one of our young brothers and sisters, I'm in a tribunal. Y'all got tribunals down here, is that not true? Tribunals are basically court hearings that take place inside of high schools, middle schools, and elementary schools. Well, I go to tribunals trying to make sure that this young boy or young girl isn't expelled from the entire district. Or like I just stated, I'm in state court or federal court. Or better yet, I'm in the morgue or cemetery, funeral homes. See, I ain't got time to walk around and smile and laugh and joke. I do that, but I only do that on that football field. Coaching youth athletics now for 5 years, head coaching is an outlet. Do I have any athletes in the brothers and sisters? Can you raise your hand if you grew up in the park, if you play? Oh, don't nobody play ball out here in Rome? Don't nobody understand the power of the recreation center? See, I told you some of y'all ain't gonna like me by the time I get off the mic. We disengaged. Right now we got people on the right of me over there looking doing their thing. Got people on the left over there looking doing their thing. What they do this thing for today? What they bring me here for and other speakers for today if y'all ain't gonna have the decency to listen?
Well, preach.
I mean, see, you ain't talking to somebody that don't back up what I preach. Let me tell you, maybe y'all will feel this. Before I say this, I got a lot of love for Reverend Al Sharpton. But I left his organization. Can anybody guess why I left his organization? I left his organization because I got tired of seeing preachers and pimps and politicians as pushers. See, I got tired of watching y'all run up to the television or run up to a main field where they speaking and everybody sit quiet and holier than thou, as if they are better than anybody else. But then you get a brother who is really here in the street speaking and don't nobody pay him no attention. That's the problem with our community. We're sitting there judging, man, who is this nigga here from Atlanta, man? I usually don't even do that on the mic, especially when there's babies around. You don't catch me cursing or, you know, in the presence of babies. But sometimes you gotta let some folks know where you come from.
Well.
Sometimes we so programmed on to challenge one another. We're so programmed to follow certain figures that they put in front of you. But let me keep it real. Some of them same people that y'all pledge your life to sell you out behind your back. I've seen it.